Sometimes, talking to new people feels like stepping onto a battlefield for an introvert. Every word feels heavy, like carrying a stone, and every sentence seems to drag along waves of anxiety that are hard to explain. But imagine if all of that could shift, if conversations could feel lighter, easier, and even meaningful. The truth is, there are simple shifts that can make chatting not just less stressful, but more genuine, more comfortable, and more human. So, how we get there? Let's dive in together. The first secret lies in listening. Often, we get stuck in our own heads, scrambling for the perfect thing to say next. That's where anxiety sneaks in. But what if we flip the perspective? Listening is actually one of the most powerful tools in any conversation. And if you're an introvert, chances are you already feel more at home listening than speaking. That's not a weakness, it's a strength. Being a good listener isn't just about staying quiet. It's about being present, about hearing the meaning tucked behind someone else's words. When you truly listen, you can catch emotions, stories, and unspoken truths. That's where genuine connections begin. You don't need to pressure yourself to fill every silence with chatter. Sometimes the most valued part of a conversation isn't your voice, it's your attention. Now, let's talk about silence. A lot of people fear it. In conversations, silence can feel awkward, almost like a red flag that something's gone wrong. But what if silence wasn't your enemy? What if it was your ally? As an introvert, you might feel like you should keep talking just to keep the moment alive. But silence is a gift. It's a pause that allows both people to breathe, to think, and to let the conversation unfold naturally. Not everything has to be rushed out in words. Sometimes, silence says more than any sentence could. So, don't be so quick to push it away. Let it sit with you. Let it be part of the rhythm of communication. Because the best conversations aren't just about words, they're about space, too. Another powerful secret is humor. It sounds so simple, maybe even too simple, but humor has the ability to meld away stiffness and tension like nothing else. Picture a room that feels tight, cold, and a little formal, then someone cracks a light-hearted joke, and suddenly everything softens. As introverts, we often pressure ourselves to come across as just right, but humor doesn't require perfection. You don't need to be a comedian or deliver flawless punchlines. Sometimes a silly story, a little self-deprecating laugh, or a playful observation is enough. Even a small smile can open doors. Humor isn't about being funny, it's about connection. And when you can make someone else smile, you're not just breaking the ice, you're building a bridge from heart to heart. The fourth secret is asking questions. It sounds basic, but questions are one of the most powerful conversation tools you have. When you ask someone a question, you're giving them space to share. But more than that, you're showing that you care. People love talking about themselves, their passions, their experiences, their little joys. And when your questions come from a place of genuine curiosity, you're really saying, I want to know you. These questions don't need to be complicated. They could be as simple as, what's been exciting for you lately? Or what's something you've enjoyed recently? Simple but effective. Questions open doors to deeper conversations. And not only will you learn more about them, but you'll also feel more confident in your own role in the exchange. Because when you ask with authenticity and listen with sincerity, people feel seen, valued, and understood, and that's the foundation of all meaningful relationships. Another secret is finding comfort within yourself before you even step into a conversation. Often, it's not the words that make us nervous, but the tension we carry in our own minds and bodies. As an introvert, this tension can come out of nowhere. Your thoughts spiral, your tongue feels heavy, your chest tightens. The trick is to pause before you speak. Take a breath, feel your body, calm your mind, Anchor yourself in your own presence before you try to connect with someone else. Because genuine conversations grow out of inner peace. You don't need to put on a mask or become some better version of yourself to be accepted. Just be you raw, simple, real. The more comfortable you are with yourself, the more naturally your words will flow. And people can sense that. Authenticity has a quiet power that always finds its way into the heart of the person you're talking to. The sixth secret is letting go of the fear of judgment. Many times, the real reason we stumble isn't because we don't know what to say, but because of that voice in our heads whispering, "What if I sound weird? What if they think I'm awkward?" For introverts, these thoughts can feel relentless. We get caught up worrying about how others see us, afraid of mistakes, afraid of looking clumsy. But here's the truth. Most people are too caught up in their own thoughts to notice the little details we obsess over. People care more about how they feel talking to you than whether your sentences come out perfect. We can't control other people's judgments, but we can control how we show up in the moment. So instead of chasing perfection, focus on presence. Enjoy the exchange, breathe easier, let yourself exist in the moment. The less you demand perfection from yourself, the more freely conversations will flow. And finally, the seventh secret is practice. Conversation isn't some magical talent reserved for a lucky few. It's a skill. And like any skill, it can be learned and strengthened. If you feel nervous, that doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're growing. Start small. Practice with safe people, friends, family, people you trust. Chat lightly, share small stories, talk about little things. From there, stretch yourself. Try joining a group conversation, greet someone new, test yourself gently, without pressure. Every conversation is practice, every attempt is progress. Each time you take that leap, you're building a stronger, calmer, more confident version of yourself. No step is too small if it moves you forward. In the end, being an introvert isn't a barrier to good conversations. It's simply a unique lens through which you experience the world. That very lens gives you the gift of deep listening, strong empathy, and words that carry sincerity. Conversations aren't about being flawless, they're about being real. About the courage to open up, even in small ways. About showing up with kindness and presence. Try weaving these secrets into your own rhythm and give yourself time to grow. Every single conversation is a step toward becoming a version of yourself that's stronger, calmer, and more at peace. And if you found this journey helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that little bell so you don't miss the next inspiring video. But most importantly, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me which of these secrets speaks to you the most. Let's chat in the comments because your story might just be the encouragement someone else needs. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.